up, guys? It's your girl Chanel West Coast, and you're listening to me on Chanel in the City with my girl Chanel Omari.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Chanel in the City on iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Chanel Omari, and I have a very special guest here today. She is a better Chanel than me, I could tell you that. She is a model, a rapper, a singer, a songwriter, all right, an actress. She kills it in each of these categories, okay? You might know her from her amazing days on MTV Worldwide on Ridiculousness, but now she's hitting the charts at her single, with her single, Lil Bit of Country, hitting out top of Spotify, iTunes. You can stream it all over. We're loving it. Please help us welcome our friend Chanel West Coast in the building. What's up, girl?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? I was telling you that you look like a reincarnated right now Marilyn Monroe. You're gorgeous, first of all, in general, but you look beautiful. How's shout out to your glam team.
I did my own makeup, but I did get my hair done.
Oh my God, that's amazing. We got to start learning from you. That's it. That's the next book. That's the next song. Let's talk about your new single. So I've been a fan. We've been a huge fan of yours for a really long time. You've been in showbiz. I mean, now it's like forever. I was going to say it's forever, even though you look like you're 22. You are 22. Anyway, you've been in showbiz forever, whether it's TV or acting or, hosting or music. And now you came out with your country song and you've had country music, which is amazing because when we see you on other things, we think of you as like a hip hop girl or a woman who just is independent and does so many different things, which inspires all of us. And now you're like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Can I read you a lyric from the song? And I want to know what inspired it because it's so amazing. It's called, you guys have to stream it right now. It's called A Little Bit of Country. It's so catchy. It's so deep. It's so amazing. And one of the lyrics that spoke to me is this: I'm an American girl and I'll be who I want. I think we have a little country girl in us. I'm a little bit country, a little rock and roll. I'm a wild child, rock style, never doing what I'm told. I'm choked up because that's really relatable. Inspiration again. Yes, the inspiration about being American and freedom.
Yeah, but behind that line, I'm an American girl and I'll be who I want. It's really just, owning being an American woman. America's all about freedom, about freedom of speech, about the American dream, about making your dreams come true. And I feel like, a lot of people try to put me in a box as Chanel from Ridiculousness. Then I started doing music or I was doing music before TV, but started being known for doing music. And then I decided to do country music after hip hop. And so I keep going, I keep breaking through these barriers that people keep trying to put on me and just showing people that I'm continuously trying to reinvent myself. I feel like I love all music. I've never been the type of person who's like, "Oh, I only like rap or I only like this." And so I just started getting really into country music over the past couple years. And I'm a mom now and I have family in Nashville. So many different things were just kind of like all these things came together and became the reason why I wanted to do country music. And also a couple music producers were like, have you ever tried singing country? You kind of got a country tone of voice. And I was like, no, I've never tried singing country, but like, let's try it. And so once I started dabbling and doing country music, I realized like that's where my voice really shines. And I'm so excited because, I dropped one country song and I've been getting so many, tour requests, live show requests. And I'm like, I don't even have all this new country material out yet to perform. So I've been frantically just trying to record new country music, trying to get my debut country album done so that I can have music to start performing because people want to start booking me. And I've been doing shows forever as a hip hop artist. So it's cool to now have the country world and all of those venues and those people now really receptive to my music. I think, to be honest, I think the country world might be bigger fans of Ridiculousness.
I love that. You said it. No, you nailed it. Because I also am like you. It's like, and so funny because we met through a mutual friend who's like, and I've been a fan of yours forever. You've inspired me as a woman in showbiz, someone who was also categorized and always put in a box. And it's funny, I had one time a reality show, but everyone's like, Chanel West Coast, she's dope, and Chanel East Coast. And I was like, the reason I liked you so much because you were so real and you were so genuinely yourself on and off. Like you're always nice to fans, you're always cool with them. And I agree with you. Country is mainstream. You know, people, I love country, even though I'm a hip hop girl. People don't realize that. And I think your voice is so beautiful that, I mean, I listen to a little bit of country like literally 4 times in a row. That's how much it spoke to me. That's how catchy it is. And that's how much it motivates me, if that makes any sense. Because we all have a country girl in us, would you say? Like a little bit, even though we're city?
No, let's be real. That's what I think. Like that country lifestyle is like that laid back lifestyle. Sorry, let me tuck my boobs in real quick. Make sure
No.
they're.
Oh, it's okay. No, you look gorgeous too.
But it's just like, about that laid back living. Like, everybody wants to kick it with their family and barbecue
Yes.
and out at the pool and just, it's really like a laid back lifestyle. And I think that's what also drove me to wanting to do country too. It's like I love the glam life. I'm glam right now to go to a nice dinner in LA tonight. That country lifestyle just kind of speaks to me, and that's why I don't know. I think it kind of fits me a little better. As much as I'm a city girl, I'm a laid back country girl. I like to just kick it in a flannel, make some s'mores. You know what I mean? Like,
Drink a beer. Yes, I know what you mean. Like, I'm originally from Long Island, but people are like, oh, that's not country, but it is like a country soul, like a laid back girl who is in a big city where you
yeah.
can relate to both identities, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's crazy too because I didn't even know, my dad's from New York. I grew up kind of bi-coastal, and I actually didn't know as much that there is a country scene there. You don't hear about it as much, but my dad was a hip hop DJ, so I always was more familiar with that world, but as I've started doing country, I've learned there's a lot of country fans in New York as well. And I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy." There is country fans even in the big city too.
Oh yeah, I would love for you to play at the Cutting Room. I don't know if you heard about the Cutting Room in New York City, but they're all musical acts, but really focus on country, big musical acts. Actually, Kate Hudson she's was doing country, so she performed there, and there was like 500 people like waiting down the line. Like I see such a first of all, you've been in music your whole life, but I see you as like the next, big Beyonce meets Taylor Swift. It's like, but Chanel West Coast, your
Thank-
own. Like I see you dancing like Britney Spears at MTV, the awards and whatever it is, the Grammys. You know what I mean? Where we're like
yeah.
obsessed with her. We are gonna be, her fans for life. You know what I'm saying? I think because you're so relatable. It's so genuinely, you're humble.
Thank-
Like, were you always like that, or you? Because like
I
you said, you grew up in the limelight. Your father was a famous DJ, right? So like, I want people to also understand it's not as easy for, yeah.
famous.
Oh, he
So
wasn't. He wasn't. Okay.
my dad was, barely making the rent. But
Sorry, you're right.
yeah, no, my dad was a DJ though, so I was always around music and always like there was times where I'd be visiting him in New York and he didn't have a babysitter, and I don't even know how it was like legal. He would ask the people like, "Oh, can I bring my daughter to work?" And I would go and I'd just be like kicking it in the DJ booth like a little girl like under the DJ booth. People probably had no idea there was a child back there, but like that's so much of what I grew up around. So I've always been really inspired by music and performing, um and yeah, no, it's like I always say, if I wasn't on TV and I didn't get like famous for doing ridiculousness, I'd probably be the girl at the local bar performing because like I just love music so much. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean, but you would still get famous anyway because that's that girl. You know what I mean? You go to that bar, you're like, that woman, she's so charming, she's so amazing. You know that can't leave you. So that's what I'm saying. It's like regardless, I think people shouldn't always believe in themselves. I think you teach us, don't put me in a box. Believe in yourself. Do what you want. You know, I don't know. It's hard to do what you want, especially in this industry. Do you want to talk about that a little? Like advice to women out there. It's such a tough industry. What kept you going and what kept you focused?
It's a really tough industry, especially because a lot of people are willing to like compromise their morals and beliefs just to get attention. And I've never been that type of person. Probably why it's taken me a lot longer to make it big like I want to, because I'm not willing to do just anything to get famous. I'm not willing to, I it's like obviously I'm a woman. I like to be sexy, but am I gonna
Mhm.
go above and beyond where it's like raunchy? Never. They'll appreciate a cute outfit and some rhinestone boots here and there, but they don't care about that as much. And I feel like that lifestyle just, I think it speaks to kind of being over like all the fakeness of you know everything else. You know what I mean?
I totally know. You say it in one of your songs too. I won't sell my soul.
Yeah.
Um, and when I guess, and listen, I try not to be emotional, that's my next question to you. How do you not break? Because these songs are so personal, and like I started crying because I think I can relate so much. I think you talk for all women in different capacities in different situations, and what I want to say is it's almost like endearing. So it's not that I'm crying from sadness only. I'm crying from happiness because there's hope
Yeah.
with your music, right? Like you're saying, if I'm not going to sell my soul and look how I've gotten success, you don't need to sell your soul, because I contemplate that sometimes too, which is why I'm not where I need to be.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's like you know that there's a couple things you can do type thing, like, oh, if I just did that, or like, and it's like, and you
Yeah.
constantly thinking these type of thoughts, but it's like, so, dude, my boob is like falling out of this. After having a baby, these boobs just got so big I can't keep them in control.
Oh my God, you look amazing. I hope I look like you after I have a baby, because that's what's scary.
It took some time and some lipo to
Oh yeah,
get.
but you should be proud of it. Like I'm very like you. I'm about boobs. I'm about very usually I do have them out. Like I just have psoriasis, so that's my new insecurity, and I'm trying to get over that. But for like that's what I love about you is that I loved your style and ridiculousness too now. You change your outfits, you're very about self-expression. Like I feel like I know what you're feeling or thinking with your outfit, and that's what makes like a trending star, honestly. Like you don't give a shit about what people think, and that's what it's supposed to be. You're like, this is me. I'm classy, I'm gorgeous, I'm sexy, I'm driven. I can be all these things. And, you know,
Thank you for appreciating my outfits on ridiculousness, because that's another reason why I started like, I stopped caring as much about like, I've always been so into my style and my glam, and like, I still love to get dressed up, but to be honest, I feel like I was underappreciated for a while. I'm like, I feel like I've been such a style icon and never got my credit. And it got to a point where it was like, what's the point of getting dressed up if nobody's gonna give me like my accolades? You know what I'm saying? It's like if nobody's gonna shout me out and be like, oh, this girl's got great style, what's the point? And that's when I became a little bit more appreciative of just like wearing anything type thing. You know what I mean? It's like you don't need to have some fancy designer outfit to look pretty. It's like, truth be told, my boyfriend appreciates me more in like a basic little white crop top and like jean shorts. You know what I mean? So
totally.
it's like I think that also was something that I got a little tired of. It's like I'm still gonna always have that side of me and always want to get glammed up, but I do love just being able to kick back and be myself and not feel like I need to do so much at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. And I'm telling you, you've been a lot of people's fashion icon. And I understand what it feels like to feel appreciated and undercredited. Uh
Yeah.
and you are a fashion icon. I want you to know that. You are one of probably the most followed for fashion. Like maybe people don't tell that to your face, but like always telling, hey, Chanel West Coast, I want to look like her, or I want to have this outfit. Like for stand-up comedy, for example, a lot of the girls are taken after you because it's almost like they're doing now rap battles meets comedy. And so they'll be like, oh, I loved Chanel West Coast style from ridiculousness up until now. She like evolves, like a crop top with jean shorts and let's say fishnets. There was one time I even like copied that style from you. You know what I mean? Sorry. It's just cool. It's like that's part of being a trendsetter. How did you cope with that during that time when you felt like, wow, I'm working really hard and I'm putting all my talent and I just don't feel heard? Like, how did you cope? Yeah.
The thing is I just love making music and I love being creative. So I'm always going to do that, regardless if anybody's listening or seeing it or not. It's like I like to write a song to get my emotions out. And like I'll be on the plane. I tend to write a lot of music on the plane. I'll be on the plane flying somewhere and I'm just like bored. And I'm like, you know what? Start getting into my feels. It's funny. It's like that Lainey Wilson song. She has a song, what is it? Somewhere over Laredo. But in the video, I was like, oh, dang, I should have made a video like this because I relate. Like in the video, she's singing the lyrics of the song are talking about like being on the plane and writing the song about the guy, and I'm like, I can relate to that so much.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, you're like our voice, for the man, which I'm gonna get into. We're gonna talk about that now. A lot of your music is also based on like breakups, dating, making sure the man respects you for who you are and your worth, and if they're not, kind of walk away. In so many words, you say it better than me. Any obstacles during your music journey and dating, like, I guess women want to know, how do we cope with that? How do we separate that, right? We go through breakups, we go through men kind of putting us down, or dating doesn't go work out, and then we got to go to our job the next day, or you need to go on live television to
Oh,
promote your music. How do you do that?
I've had to go through a horrible breakup and then go laugh and thank God, Rob and Sterling and Ridiculousness is a very funny show to be on to cheer me up in some of those situations, but to have to go to work and smile and put on this face while you're really going through personal issues, that's what people I think don't realize is like I think a lot of people don't understand is like I'm known for laughing, smiling, that side, but I've been through a lot of stuff in my life and I've had a lot of battles that nobody's seen or heard about. Ridiculousness is not a show about me. You know what I mean? Nobody's getting to hear my story there. So it's been a little hard to to have people kind of judge you like when they don't know anything about you type thing. Um but I started to ignore hate and stuff like that because I realized that like most of the people who hate on you are not that happy themselves. You know what I mean? They're not usually in like the greatest scenario in their life, and that's what makes them be like this. And so you have to kind of just feel bad for those people and ignore it and yeah, just keep going.
I love that. And you're so right. That's like the best ever. Focus, ignore. Everyone's going to say something, you
Yeah.
know? Anyone's going to, no one's ever really 100% loved, because you nailed it. They're not happy with themselves. How did you meet your wonderful boyfriend and cope with also, or handle your businesswoman, you're a singer now, like you're out there, you've been a singer, but I'm saying like now the single's out, you have a baby. How old's the baby?
She's gonna be 3 in like a month. I still call her a baby. She's a toddler.
Oh, I'm sorry, she's a toddler. That's so cute. I have a niece, she's 3. That's the best age. That's, by the way, congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing. How do you stay fit, look so good, focus on business, and be a mom and be a loyal girlfriend? I'm like,
you.
is there a secret? Because I can barely
Oh,
take care of
I'm
myself.
literally going crazy. Like I'm not joking. Like I'm always going crazy. But I always tell myself like a little bit every day, right? Like
Hmm.
you're never
Mhm.
gonna get everything done in the day. Like you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna get all that done tomorrow, and it never happens. It never does. You know what I mean? Like every day, I just try to tell myself as long as every day I get a little bit of time in with my daughter, every day I get a little bit of time to work, every day I get a little bit of time to work out and take care of my health. It's just like it's all about balance, and even like this week, for example, I'm leaving for tour on Sunday. So this week I've tried to make sure I am extra around for my baby to give her extra attention because mommy has to leave next week for a whole week straight. I come back for a couple days back and forth for the tour, but it's like it's all about balance. Like I know I'm gonna have to leave her, so every day this week it's more about the baby, and then if
Yeah.
I wasn't on going on tour, I'd still have to balance the time of like, okay, well this day I gotta work in the studio, or this day I gotta, and then having to balance the schedules with Dom, my boyfriend, my baby's father, you know, he's busy too. And but luckily we both have like the type of lives where it's very flexible and like random. He's a model, he does real estate, he has a cookbook. Everything we do is kind of like aside from me obviously performing, it's kind of from home. So we're lucky to have a lifestyle and businesses where we can do a lot of it and still play with our baby, still have her by our side. You know what I mean?
I love that. That's so important that you said that, because you put your family first, even though your career is your baby too. And that's where I think we're all like pulling tugs sometimes. I'm
Oh,
like, because I want a baby and a family, but I'm like, now I'm ready. I'm 40. I'm like, now I'm ready to give up a lot, if that makes sense.
oh, I let me tell you, I've always been such a career, like career woman. Like I was the type of girl, like people are like, they'd be like thinking about, when a girl's like, oh, my future wedding dress. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never even thought about my future wedding dress. I was thinking about like, what will I be wearing when I win the Grammy? like, you know,
Yes,
like
yes, girl, yes.
I've always been like such a like focused on my career person, but I will say since having a baby, it's fully changed me. Like I still love my music. I still am going to pursue my passions, and like I said, even if I wasn't pursuing my passions as a career, it'd be my hobby because I love to do it. But um where was I going with this?
But the baby's like changing gears. Being a mom is different. You're different now.
She totally changed me. That's really what it is. It's like I just want to be a mommy as much as I can now. Like she makes me so happy. It's like I've been through a lot like in the past couple years. My dad passed away. A lot of things that we
I'm
don't.
so sorry about that.
Oh, thank you. A lot of things that, brought down the vibe of life, but having this adorable little baby who is just so happy and sweet and cute and innocent and just a ball of joy, it makes every day easier. It really does. As hard as she makes it because she's a lot of work, she somehow makes it easier. Like all the stress I'm dealing with from my career and stuff, she makes that easier.
I get that.
Even though she's also making it harder because it's hard to balance taking care of her, entertaining her, and then also making stuff to entertain my fans, which is what pays my bills.
Of course, that's what. But she's knows that I feel like she's gonna be so proud of you, like especially with really making a stance for music for women. I'm sorry, and general human beings through your music. Like that's awesome to have a little one of you, and like a legacy. I'm just like just one. I just need one.
That's how I kind of feel now. I'm like I kind of want another one, but I also like don't want to have to like deal with the whole weight gain and loss again. It was like so much work, and you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Do you think you'll share it in your music, being a mother and going through those transitions? Like, I don't think we talk about it a lot, like losing weight, losing our kind of putting ourselves second, which we're not used to. And I don't
Yeah.
know why I say we, because I'm not a mom yet, but I'm an aunt. And I can only barely know what you guys deal with. I'm like, how do you do this 24/7?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's hard, dude. I think about it all the time. Like all of my girlfriends who like I'm going to a dinner tonight with a couple of my girlfriends, and even them, I'm like, I'll see them like off doing the thing, and I'm like, dang, when do they get time for their kid? I know people are wondering the same about me. Like, it's just like you just like I said, every day you just like keep going. Like, I
Yeah.
joked a lot that it's like being a mom is like being on autopilot. Like you don't even know like how you're doing it sometimes. Even I'm going through my baby's coloring book today with her, and I saw a whole picture I colored. I barely remember doing it. I was like, dang, I colored that. Like, it's just I'm always playing with her, always do so much. It's like I almost like forgot I colored this cool picture, and I was like, oh, that's a really good one, mommy did. I forgot I did that, like, because it's just like I'm doing so much. You know what I mean?
But that's awesome that you make time, a quality time for your kid. That's why none of us have an excuse out there in general. When we see women like you do it all, we have to kind of do better. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No, tell you, that's what I joke. Before I had my baby, I would always be like, there's not enough time in the day. Oh my gosh, there's not enough time in the day. And I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? I had so much time then. I'm like, now that I have a kid, there's really not enough time in the day. So that's the best advice I could give to any women who haven't had a child yet is like really enjoy your time. Like utilize it to the fullest and do everything you want for yourself, and travel as much as you can and do all that because once you do have a baby, it's like it's hard. It's like you gotta balance everything.
I love that advice. Yeah, that's a good advice. Because I think even, and that brings me to my next question. A lot of us single ladies, we get a lot of audience calls and texts like, what do I do? This guy doesn't like me. I dated this guy, he liked me, he leaves. Like, what's your philosophy in general? And you can answer this in two ways. Men in the industry who say no, like the boys club, and men who say no in real life in dating. Like, are you that woman that says F that, walk away? Like, talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what like honestly I found my boyfriend now is like, the greatest guy ever. I'm so blessed to have found him. Like before I found him, I feel like maybe I intimidated guys or something. I don't even know. Like I'm a very self-sufficient person, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is because sometimes I felt like why is there not like more good catches trying to come after me? I'm like I don't even get it. But it's all I see now that I have this baby and this man that it was God's plan type thing. And
Yes.
the best advice though I feel like I could give to women as far as dating is like what I used to be, and I'm still attracted to these qualities that my boyfriend does embody. He's a hustler, he's funny, but those used to be things I looked at first, right? Like, oh, like is this guy a hustler? Like, is he wealthy type thing? Like, never been a gold digger, but that was always like a very like a big
Provider, equal provider. I get that. Yeah.
and also like, oh, is he funny? Like, da, 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 like. I feel like I was looking for like the wrong type of things, right? And then I met my boyfriend and I realized I was like, this he is literally the nicest, most genuine man I've ever met. Like he is not one of these douchebag guys that cares about, and when I first met him, I thought the opposite. I'm like, oh, he's the hottest guy in the world. He must hook up with everybody. You know what I mean? But he wasn't like that. He was a really good, genuine soul, good person. And I became a I know people are gonna think I'm lying because he's so freaking hot, but I became attracted to him because of what a good person he was. And I think a lot of girls look for the wrong things in men, and they end up miserable. They end up with some guy who's maybe like controlling or abusive because they were looking just for the money or whatever. And it's like if you just look for a good person, a man who's grounded, who has a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't have to be rich, but he has to have a good plan. He has to be working hard. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of girls are just like overly picky, even girls who sometimes like I don't know if you've ever had that friend where you're like, this girl thinks she can get the hottest guy in the it's like
Oh,
some
I make jokes about that in the stand up. Yeah, like I'm like, I look unhoused and you think you don't? I mean, that's like a third, like, come on, girl. And I'm getting the bald ones who are broke, who are abusing me. And then they're telling everyone, yeah, I dated like, Joe Pesci and Barbara Streisand's daughter who they should have aborted. I mean, God forbid. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, I get you. And I'm like, what's going on with these guys?
sometimes people aren't fully realistic.
Realistic.
Guys are just like, what do I have to work with here? You know what I mean?
Or they're like F boys, sorry, but like you said, you thought Dom at first because they're good looking or they're not. They're just arrogant. They end
Yeah.
up right.
I was like actually hesitant to maybe like flirt with him or whatever because I'm like, oh, this guy's so hot. He probably hooks up with every girl. Like you just like see a guy that like is that cute sometimes, and you're like, oh, he's definitely like a d bag, you know.
Yeah.
But especially in LA, especially being a model, But he was totally the opposite, and I'm happy that I took the time to get to know him and like just went for who's inside because like it's been the best relationship in my life. And I think that yeah, like that's what more girls need to just you
Yeah.
need to go for the good guy. We're all, I think, kind of bad. And that's where it always goes wrong.
That's why I'm literally like nodding my head 10 times. You need to write a book, first of all. I mean, I know I'm like, it's like, shut up, Chanel, you're not her agent. But you need to write a book because I would put it on audio every day. You would help a lot of women. That's so true. Go for the good guy. I'm sometimes not even attracted to the good guy and I'm good. And I'm like, why? Why am I not physically attracted?
Like, no,
What
it's like
happened to me in my childhood that I want the guy that, wants to ignore me and talk to the other girl?
watching in the Disney movie. I was just watching Beauty and the Beast the other day with my daughter, and I'm just like, this movie literally like trains you to be like, oh, well, he might be an ugly beast, but if I'm sweet to him, maybe he'll be whatever. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. And then you get to teach though, at least your daughter, like the reality and then what like she can do what she wants to do with it. You know what I mean? Not this isn't real. Disney movies are like, they're stories.
Yeah.
I know we have to wrap up soon, but I wanted to also talk about how did you when you transition and like you said, you've been doing music forever, even before ridiculousness. When was the moment that you said, I don't want to be known for just ridiculousness or a movie I just did or hosting a gig? Like, I want to be known, my music, I want to be known as Chanel West Coast, the brand. Like, because there's a lot of people in Hollywood who'll say, no, I mean, you've been on you've been on this show or this show. I can't see you as this, or at least I've been told that as, an aspiring actress or comedian. I guess have you been through that? How did you get through that? Obviously, you're not going to tell us the whole secret, but yeah,
So
when did you feel
it's
comfortable?
I mean, like it's such a long story, but I've always just aspired to do music, and like through doing music, and making connections there, I somehow met Rob Dyrdek, somehow ended up on Rob's shows. So I've always seen myself as an artist. I was like
Mhm.
a school who like I was a performing arts kid. I was always in choir, like orchestra, drama, dance, cheerleading, hip hop. I was in hip hop dance and hip hop drill team since like second grade. And so I always saw myself. I also like me and my little girlfriends in school, we would always do the talent shows, and like we would always win the talent show. There was never a talent show we didn't win. And I grew up just kind of in this mindset like I'm a performer, I'm good at this, like this is what I do. And so I got on TV, and that's what I just became more known for. And people had no idea, oh, this girl like does music, because it was on such an independent low level, And as time went by, more and more people got to know I did music. And so I've always in my head been like, dang, I'm really lucky to have like the coolest day job, I guess you could say. Like ridiculousness to me was like, oh, this is a really great job to be able to pay my bills, but like also pursue my passion. Whereas if I was still working at my old, real estate job or at the Chinese restaurant I used to work at, I wouldn't have as much time to pursue what I really love, which is music. So I love doing ridiculousness. It was such a fun show, such a fun job, but was it my passion? No. So in my head, I always just looked at it like, dang, I got a really good day job, but like when I get home, I can't wait to make a new song.
Yeah, that's how we should all think, right? Like it's like kind of like with stand up. I say that the comedians we have like three jobs sometimes, and then we think we're stuck. It's like no, you can do something you're not that passionate about to pay the bills. You have to, and then you put it in your passion. But you're known now as Chanel West Coast. That's what I love about you. It's like that's your brand. Like we know you as an entity, as yourself, not associated with this specific thing or that, and your music. First and foremost, it's like really I associate you with your music. So you really like inspired a lot.
Be really happy because I do have a ton of fans who you'd be surprised. There's some fans who know my music that don't even know freaking ridiculousness, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Even my DJ Kitty, she first discovered me through like one of these like kind of those like hip hop sites where the DJs get their music or whatever. And
Yeah.
she had originally reached out because she just knew me as like this girl, this up and coming rapper. And so then she found out like as after we met or whatever that I was like famous for TV because she never really watched TV. She was like a music head, you know what I mean? And that's what I've always that's how she became like my tour DJ and one of my best friends was because I loved the fact that I'm like, okay, this person isn't just trying to hang out with me because I'm Chanel from Ridiculousness. Like she genuinely believes in my music and is a good friend. Like, and so yeah, so that's how, that's kind of why I stuck with her for years. She's still my tour DJ till today. She can't do every gig with me these days because now she's popping in the real estate game. But that's what I loved about her was it was cool and refreshing to meet somebody who's not just trying to be my friend or work with me because of being the girl from the MTV show.
I love that too. Yeah, because your music is so important right now, especially these days. And I want everyone to really like stream your music and understand, like listen to the lyrics, like really sit there, like I sat there on my terrace. I meditated to it. I brought it in. I know I sound corny, but it's true. It's like once you have that song or that artist you follow, you can change your own life. Like everyone comes to me and they're like, how do you become happy sometimes? Or I'm not happy sometimes. How are you happy? Or how are you coping? I said, my celebrity guests, they're the ones who take me through everything. I look at you, I talk to you, I hear you, and I'm like, okay, I want to be more in her direction. I want to go more in her direction. You know what I mean? That's part of inspiring.
That's actually probably super cool, like your job getting to talk to so many different people and get like a little piece of inspiration from everyone.
Yeah, because it's important, and I think it's important that, like you said, we don't get to hear your story the long version of it. You're just, sometimes you have to come, you push the music. Of course, we have to promote and everything, but it's nice to hear that like you put so much time and so much thought and so much of your own soul and your own personal experience in it.
Thank
You
you.
you're also going to be in City Winery, right?
Yes,
At
so
City, yeah.
I'm tour with City Winery Venue, and
Mhm.
first show is in Philly this Monday.
Okay.
The best day to start off a tour. I was like Monday, god dang. But I start in Philly, and there's 7 or 8 cities, and all with their venue. I'm literally gonna be performing songs from my last album, California State of Mind. I'm gonna be doing some of my viral cover songs because people like are obsessed with the cover songs I've been dropping. And then
Yeah,
I'm
by the way, sorry to interrupt. Gen Z is like DMing us like crazy. They know you not through like those clips, just so you know. Like they're resurf.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love
Sorry. So, yeah, just needed to say that. But go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Gen Z like they're the people who a lot of Gen Z kids have discovered me just through social media. They're like, "What's ridiculousness?" And I'm like, "Where did you come from?"
It's still on because the repeats are still on. And I'm like, wait,
They're
what?
nonstop. It's crazy, but luckily I looked cute in all those episodes. So
Yes, you did.
I don't mind. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for this tour, and I'm gonna be performing a couple new unreleased songs. So this is like a really special show for my true fans. Like the my new music is so good. I'm so freaking excited to put it out. Um, and it's like I said, it's crazy that I booked this tour off of one country song. Like, I dropped the song actually a couple months ago, so it's not even brand new, but it's still picking up traction because I'm independent. I didn't have some crazy marketing budget, but just naturally it's been picking up more and more traction. More and more venues have reached out wanting to book me. And so I just can't wait to get this new music out because I know once that music drops, the bookings are going to go through the roof.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it's going viral. Like, and I was gonna ask you, what do you think is better? Because you have both experiences. Getting a huge marketing machine to push you, or letting it go viral naturally, like kind of it's gonna. I feel like because this song, I'm telling you guys, I know it. I have a gut feeling. It's just everyone's gonna start talking about it more and more and more and more and more.
So I feel like if you can make something go viral independently, that's way better because then you own the masters to your music. You have so much more say so much more creative freedom. I'm like, yeah, y'all are popping on every billboard that are signed to a label, but you don't have a lot of creative freedom. And I know that for a fact because of my few experiences working with major label situations, almost being signed to a certain major label, just the immediate feel of like the controllingness with my creativity. And it's like, look, I went from hip hop, I wanted to make a country song. If I was at a label, I might have had to literally fight somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I probably would have had to get out of that record deal just to go and change genres. But that's what I love about being independent is like I could do whatever I want whenever I want, and I think that that freedom is way better because good things catch on. So it's
Yes.
do you rather have a song that isn't as good that be blew up because of millions of dollars in marketing, or would you rather have a song blow up because it was like genuinely good? You know what I mean?
Right, second option. And look, it's so crazy coming from you, someone who's literally been in showbiz longer than most, someone who's built her brand upon corporate. But I know what you mean because, which we're not supposed to talk about the secrets of the business, meaning I've been in reality, but and regular TV, same thing. They own you. You can create an idea and it's your show, and they're like, oh no, honey, we own 80%, you own 20. And I'm like, wait, I just made it, I just came up with it. It's like you writing the lyrics. This is my song. I agree with you. I think people are too scared. So that's why everyone's like, no, I need someone to finance me and invest in me. That's why I was like, I love your opinion on that because that can inspire a lot of people to be creative on their own, right? Like, I think they should be doing it on their own.
Just do as much as you can on your own. Social media is like the greatest freaking tool. Lizzo did like a post talking about it the other day or something too, and she was like, "Dude, like, you guys have this in the palm of your hands. Just put it out." And that's what it's about is just continuously putting your content out, and eventually something bites. It's like, even with TikTok's like gambling. I always say it's literally like the slot machines in Vegas. You post 4 videos and it might be the dumbest video. It could be a video of somebody farting and that one gets 5 million views, but the ones where you were like singing like Whitney Houston get none. It's so random. So you just got to put so much out there that eventually something picks up, and takes off.
And not care what other people think, I'm assuming. Like, not be like, oh, are they going to think this is cheesy or not? Yeah, you're right. Like, who cares what people think?
Dude, I'm like, a couple of these influencers that I've come across on TikTok, some of them are just known for just like kind of being a hot mess. And it's like because they don't care. They just post whatever, but people are entertained. Kids are entertained. They like watching the stuff. So, I think people just have to care a little bit less about what people think. And I'm not saying to go and be like reckless and just like be like a hot mess, but just care a little bit less what people think because like I said, it's usually the people who are sad or not that happy in their life who are the most opinionated.
That is so true. They are. They're the most opinionated.
Or
I see.
or somebody, and I believe in the Bible, so like,
Yeah.
but it's somebody with a Bible verse in their freaking bio hating on me. Always, dude. I'm like, I go to look at the page and they've got like, a quote from like Corinthians, da, 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 and I'm like, you got a Bible quote in your bio, but you just wrote the nastiest, meanest thing to me. Like, make it make sense?
Right. I was gonna ask you too. A lot of people want to know, would you ever mix stand-up comedy with music in your tour? Kind of like Wild and Out? Because you're really funny and you have really good you're a really good joke writer. Do people tell you that?
So I don't know. I'm one of these people that's like more naturally funny that like sometimes when I try to be funny, it
Ah,
ends. Like I just gotta be talking and like saying what's on my mind, like wham bam, and like funny stuff comes out. But I've thought about doing some sort of like, you know, live comedy thing where maybe it's like I'm the host and I bring, comedians who I
And
love.
you perform. Yeah. I want
It
to, yes.
could be something like that, you know?
I think that would be, I do. I love, because I think both of you're so talented that I just see a vision, I guess. It's not like I'm trying to pressure you. I'm not trying to Chris Jenner you or anything, but I'm just saying, like, that could be cool. Like, I think a lot of people were like, oh, she's so funny. Does she do stand up? I'm like, no, she's funny naturally. She's a rapper for a singer and a songwriter and actress. But I think that's really cool too. I
Thank
just wanted to touch base on one more song about your inspiration. um, just want to give you the title, the audience, the one we were looking through. It was about you, and the name, I forgot the name, but you talk about selling your soul in it. We touched briefly on it. What inspired you with that song? Because I have a feeling that song is also going to like hit number one.
Uh, that's funny. I wish it did, but it probably won't, because of the subject matter. But I just, I wanted to make a song just like, talking about how I feel like that's at the time too during the pandemic. I mean, it was like freaking Lil Nas X came out twerking on the devil's dick, and then like Doja Cat dropped, the "Ooh, she a devil, she a bad," like it just felt like everything was very dark and like demonic, and like that was the stuff that was doing the best. And I was like, dude, do I have to literally go make a song about the devil for somebody to like give me a record deal or like pay attention? And that's kind of why I made that song, because I was like, dude, like I'm not gonna do any of this weird shit these people are doing. I will never sell my soul. Like I felt like I needed to make a song saying that because I was repeatedly saying it so much in studio sessions.
I think it's a great song. I think people should be streaming. They can stream it now as well on
Oh, talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap. Thank you. Talk is cheap. That's what it is. And that's, that applies to every man too. Most men that I've been dating are women coming to me for advice. It's like, don't come to me for advice. Listen to this interview with you. You have the best advice. But like a lot of men, talk is cheap. A lot of people, talk is cheap. Like you said, haters, opinionated. That's talk is cheap. Like, let's do something about it. Don't sell your soul. Like, I love all the things you stand by. We're very similar because I believe in God too, and I'm very about the Bible. I'm very about like treat people with respect and love and kindness, even though it's hard sometimes. That's why I'm like, when you get angry, is there any tip? Like, if somebody's triggering you, any tip for us to work on for mental health?
Oh, I got a great tip because I used to
I-
get angry very easily, and I
Me
think
too.
because and I tried to explain this to my boyfriend the other day because I'm not an angry person. I'm like the happiest freaking person around, but I feel like there was a period of my life where I think almost people get jealous of pure joy sometimes. And then they like
Yes.
sabotage you and make you out to look like you're not this happy person, like you're not this joyous ball of sunshine, because they're actually jealous of what you embody. So
Right.
they try to bring anger out of you or whatever, and like I was blind to seeing that that's what maybe some people in my past were trying to do, is that they maybe weren't as happy with themselves, a little jealous of me, and trying to bring this anger out of me, and I would get angry easy or snap or and I realized, firstly, during the pandemic, I got really into meditation, so that calmed me down a ton. And meditation and prayer are, one and the same. So I just believe having a really close relationship with God is what just helps you deal with anger. Period. Like I don't get angry like I used to because I've gotten closer with God. I meditate more and try to keep myself calm and like grounded. And there was a period of time in my life where it was like I wasn't that close with God. I wasn't meditating. I was just doing so many different freaking things, going crazy, and that's when I feel like I had more anger. So I feel like it's all about keeping yourself grounded and meditation and God, and things like yoga. You're taking care of your health. All that stuff actually keeps you like a more calm person and makes it easy to not get angry at all the craziness going on in the world.
I love that because yes, that's a great tip. It's because a lot of people are dealing with the mental health stuff, and like you're right, it's not worth snapping. It's not worth snapping about anything. I get very sensitive a lot, especially during comedy, and it's like you can't take it to heart.
Yeah.
I'm like the kind of girl. I'm like, oh yeah, you want me to take off my earrings? And I change into Joe Pesci's daughter. I'm like, and meet me in the parking lot. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I love that though. That's amazing advice. I love that.
To be too, by the way.
Well, you would too?
I mean, a little bit, I don't know. I don't know if you saw me on Love and Hip Hop. Don't watch it if you didn't. But that was like one of those times where like they caught me just being a little crazy.
No, I think we all have it in us and like it's okay to like talk about it, express it, but you were right. Like sometimes you'll express that stuff to people and then they'll make you look like the villain.
Yep.
That's the only thing is like that's why I love your confidence because you're like I know who I am. I know I'm happy. I know that I'm, working with this. Anything else you want to plug? Where can they get the City Winery tickets now?
So it's in my bio on my Instagram, on my TikTok. I've been posting the link in my story a ton. Like, just go to my Instagram, go to my TikTok, link in bio, hit the link. It has the link to every single city you can get tickets. And yeah, we kick off on the East Coast. I know I'm Chanel West Coast, but it's more of an East Coast tour. So it starts in Philly on Monday night, and yeah, I'm really excited. That's where you'll get to hear some unreleased new music. So if the fans want to hear it, they should come see me live.
I love that. That's amazing. Honestly, like it's going to be sold out. So yeah, I would say get your tickets now.
I hope I'm not.
Oh, you're leaving. Sorry. Sorry. My niece and nephew just came in. I'm just finishing with Chanel West Coast. Can you give me 1 second and I'll say goodbye? I love you. Okay, I'm sorry. They're big fans of you too. They're very young though. She says hi. She has a kid too. That's 3. Sorry about that. We'll edit that out, but I just always try to make
Yeah,
sure they see love. They're like, my aunt's ignoring me and what? um, but I also love the fact that the audience wants to also know anyone you want to collaborate with. Is there any country artist or even any kind of artist, any kind of music artist that you want to collaborate with?
Uh, these days, I've been saying, lately I've been listening to so much Lainey Wilson. I would love to collaborate with Lainey Wilson or Post Malone. I feel like Post Malone and I are similar too. We both come from doing hip hop into now doing country, and I feel like if we did a song together, it would be a hit. Hit.
I want you to. I'm telling you, it's going to be a hit. 100% worldwide. Would you do like hip hop country together, like, or would you just? It doesn't really matter.
I don't know. Probably a little blend since that's kind of like what we both do. Like a little bit of both.
I love that. We're putting that in the universe. That is going to be on every radio station. That's going to go viral. I love that. Because I still like hearing music, like not only on YouTube and the streaming services, but also on radio stations as well. I believe you're going to be all over. Like, I believe in you. I love you. I think you're such an inspiration. I think you're a great artist. And I think we can learn a lot from you. You know what I mean? I want my audience to know the people they should learn from and really invest in and really go see their shows and they're gonna I feel like if anybody sees your show, they're gonna leave happy. You know what I mean? They're gonna leave in a good mood, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Oh, any movies, books we should look forward to?
Working on a book really soon, and I might be coming out on another TV project, but I can't talk about it yet.
Right.
So
Well,
when when that happens, I'll follow up with you.
I am so excited for that because we're so excited. We really are, excited for that. Like we love you. In New York City, before I let you wrap up, any place you want to check out, that we should check out that's your favorite place, like a restaurant, a vibe, like or
That's a
LA. You could also say LA.
I've been to so many. I mean, I've been to like so many different restaurants in New York. That's kind of a tough one. Um, I mean, my favorite like little Italian place is Serafina.
I love Serafina.
I love Serafina. It's so good.
When you come, I have to take you on me. Oh
Oh,
my God. My friend runs the place also. You'll meet him. He runs it. So it's like, that's so funny because I love it also. A lot of people like say, I feel like a lot of people love it secretly, but they don't say it. That's a good one. Um, I love that. I'm so excited for your career. I'm so excited for your journey. And really, thank you for taking the time
no, thank you for having me. I appreciate
to
it.
do this. And we're gonna share a clip of your song, Little Bit of Country, on the show so people can listen to it. And if they want to listen to the full song, they have to come straight to your website or Spotify or your Instagram.